Hey everybody, today is the 4th of January 2021. This is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. I'm in Laramie, Wyoming. Stay tuned, we'll talk about what's been going on. Hey everybody, as I said, I'm in Laramie, Wyoming. So just a couple things. I did a 34 in Southern California in a Harupa Valley, and got to spend a day and a half over there. Picked up a load after that was heading up towards Salt Lake City. Once I got to Salt Lake City, I got a load that was going from just south of Salt Lake City to West Virginia. So that's where I'm headed. Nice run, about 2,000 miles. Can't complain about that. It's due on Thursday, so should be an interesting run. A little bit heavier than the last couple loads that I've run. Just something a little bit different about running with Crete, and that's the variety of loads. I mean, with Stevens, Stevens is a refrigerated carrier. I mean, we carried a few dry loads. I mean, but for the most part, it's refrigerated. It's either chilled or it's frozen, so carrying a lot of meat, a lot of vegetables, or produce, that kind of stuff, certain other things, chocolates, sometimes ice cream, and like I said, we carried some just other stuff as well, but for the most part, it's that kind of stuff. This is just a really, very diverse set of loads that I got in, like for instance, since I've been with Crete, in 3 different loads, I had toilet paper in one load, a whole truckload full that weighed about 12,000 pounds, which is extremely light. Excuse me, not 12,000. Yeah, 12,000 pounds. Excuse me. So 6 tons, which is extremely light for a load for a truck, for a semi. And then I had followed that up with 9,000 pounds of potato chips, assorted kinds. Then followed that up with almost 40,000 pounds of safes. So there's just all sorts of stuff. Paper and it's interesting. It's sort of, I don't want to say it's liberating, but I guess it sort of is in a way, because you just don't know what you're going to haul. You always had an idea with Stevens what you were running. Okay, if you were picking up some meat that was going to California, you knew that after you got done with that, about 9 out of 10 times, I'd even say more than that, 9.5 out of 10 times, you were picking up produce that was leaving California. You had a little bit more diversity as you got towards the East Coast, but it was still the same kind of stuff. For the most part, what you were doing is, if you were running meat up to the Northeast, you were going to pick up chocolate or something like that, and bring it back, and rotate stuff like that. And it was just, you knew that if you were taking anything anywhere other than that, your next trip was going to be probably to the meat patch in the Midwest. So you got very familiar with Kansas and Nebraska and parts of Oklahoma and different things like that. You got really used to it. So it was interesting, because I drove through Liberal, Kansas about a week ago, and spent a lot of time in Liberal, Kansas, picking up meat there, and at Beef there, and to be running through there, and not stopping there, to pick up anything. It was really interesting. So I'm enjoying it though. I really like the different things. I like to run different stuff because it goes different places, and it's just a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying it a lot. It is getting colder out here. I tried to run really hard today because there was a little window in the weather here in Wyoming. Like I said, I'm in Laramie, and I wanted to get to Cheyenne, but picking up the load in around Salt Lake City, I literally drove almost 180 miles before I even left Salt Lake City, and that's where I shut down last night, just south of there near Provo. I had to run up to Salt Lake City to drop the load that I had, then run back south of Provo to pick up the load. So it was almost 50 miles to go drop off the load, 65 miles back the other direction to pick up the second load, or the new load, and then to get back to Salt Lake City was, of course, 65 miles back. So by the time you got done, it was about 180 miles. So it limited sort of what I could run, but I ended up running total for the day not quite 600 miles. So not as good as I would have liked. I would have liked to gotten a little bit farther, but there was a delay on this load wasn't ready like it should have been, so I had to sit around for a little while. So it sort of ate my 14. So it's all right. It's okay. We'll deal with it, and this has got to get delivered by Thursday, by the end of the day. So that's what our goal is, and we'll go from there. So I had some people ask. I had some questions asked about navigation and stuff like that, whether we have navigation here with Crete and Shaffer and Hunt. We don't have GPS on our PeopleNet. There's an option for it on there, but the company decided is not using it. So I've seen different drivers route differently. Some old school drivers, I've seen them with grease pencil, along their or dry erase markers writing on their windows. Some with Post-its. More often than not, you're going to see a GPS. I use a Garmin GPS, so that's sort of what I looked at. So anyway, that's sort of where we're at. Sorry, my Alexa's sort of freaking out over here for some reason. Anyway, that's what I do, but I also use an atlas. It's really important to use an atlas, and you need to use a trucking atlas, a motor carrier atlas, because it gives you a lot of information that a regular atlas just wouldn't. So a regular road atlas wouldn't. Very truck specific, low bridges, low clearances, weight issues, all sorts of stuff. So it's really important to do that, and to double check. So I use both. I have my atlas right behind my seat. Of course, my GPS I have on my dash, and I use those. I also use a lot of Post-its, for little notes to remind me different things. So I put those. Like for instance, there were special instructions to get to the shipper today, and I wrote all those out and made sure and had them, because my GPS wasn't going to tell me those special instructions. In fact, the way that it wanted me to go was exactly the way that they said not to go. So, it happens like that. So, anyway, I'm a little bit tired. It's been a long day. And we'll talk to you later in the week. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Thank you for all those new subscribers. We're on our way to 200 subscribers. Let's see if we can get that and keep going. Share this video if you liked it. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. I'll try to respond to you, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody. This is Rick, also known as Duke City Double Dog. I am in Laramie, Wyoming, and I'm driving for Crete Carrier Corporation, and I'm psyched about that. You guys have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.